Hello urban farmers and welcome to another episode. In this episode what I will show you is my wife's grandparents' garden. Now the good thing about this is that you will be able to see things that have already been grown and how they've set their garden up, so that if you set your garden up, at least you'll have some ideas on one, how to perhaps stake your tomatoes, where to plant your cucumbers and how to prepare that. And you'll also be able to see, let's say, beans, potatoes and so forth, and I think it'll be a really good session, so let's get right into it. Check out these pomegranates. Now they are absolutely amazing. There's such a large amount of pomegranates on this tree, and there's still plenty of flowers, so that means there's going to be plenty of fruits to come. This tree is, I don't know, about 2.5, maybe 3 meters tall, and it's got plenty of fruit on it. I think the grandparents were complaining that what happens usually is that some animals come and obviously eat some of the fruit, but looks like there's still a lot of low-lying fruit left. So let's go down to the garden. Now the first thing is, let's have a look at this cucumber setup here. So really what they have is just some mesh or reinforcement steel in an A-frame, and inside you can probably tell that they've got some cucumbers growing, and I think on the other side I did see a big one on the floor somewhere. So let's have a look at that one there. Ah yeah, so as you can tell, oops, there's one there. So that's the way, I suppose, that you can do your cucumbers, and I think it's quite a good way because the cucumbers will climb up the trellis there, and then all the actual fruits themselves will drop inside, and you can quite easily reach and pick them. The only thing that I would suggest is don't basically have it too big that you can't easily climb inside and just get your fruit, or if you've done what they've done and you can easily put your hand through here and get the fruit that you need to get. So next is what they've done is they've done 3 rows of peppers, and as you can tell there's all the way from here all the way down there you've got peppers. So their watering system is quite simple. It's just this thing here, and that basically just sprays water from one side, goes to the next and so forth, and they do that I think once a day. And what they use is bore water, so the water that's actually come from underground. Now one thing that I really like is how they've done their beans, and their bean stalks are quite large, and they've also got quite a large trellis that they climb up as well. And for my beans, I suppose what I would do is I would probably have just as big of a trellis, because these beans tend to climb quite a lot. And the more that they can climb, as you can see how big this one there is, that one's probably about 3+ meters in the air, and they do climb quite high, and they do have a lot of fruit set on them. Obviously the grandparents have been collecting a lot of wood because they do have a fireplace inside. Okay, let's go move on to a couple of other things. So they've got some tomato plants here, as you can see, and they've also got a number of tomato plants, so 2 rows of tomato plants, and they've made the center of the row quite spacious so that you can walk through it. And I'm pretty sure that they also had lettuce planted in the middle at the very beginning, which they could pick before all the tomatoes. And you can actually, in the middle, you could plant things like radishes and so forth as well. And then we've got some more beans here, as you can tell, and then we've got some more peppers, and there's a couple more rows of peppers there. I think this is beetroot right there, not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's beetroot. And then some more onions and all that sort of stuff all the way down, just hidden in between all the bushes. Then we've got a couple of other things. We've got corn And then if you remember one of the episodes that I had, we had all the potatoes planted here. They've obviously dug up some of the potatoes and they've got some left. And then as you can remember, we also had a number of rows of salad planted just on the side there. Now the salad has turned into flowers, so obviously, you know, it's probably not the best to eat it now, but you can if you wanted to. And they've also got berries planted on the and they've also got berries planted on the side there as well. So that's pretty much a quickest garden tour that I could possibly make. They've got a couple of other bits and pieces planted along the side there, mainly fruit trees. But this is how just big their actual garden is. Well, hopefully that gives you a little bit of an insight into my grandma's garden, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.